Hello, students. Today we are going to discuss Chapter 1 of Geography, our environment. What is environment? The word environment has originated from a French word envirner, meaning neighborhood. So, if we look around us, we are fascinated by natural beauty like landforms, rivers, trees, green fields, animals. They are all around us. We are helped by man made resources also, or objects also, like houses, roads, bridges, shops, industries. So, now the introduction. The geographical condition that prevails around us, comprising our environment. The geographical condition that is around us, that comprise our environment, means our neighborhood, our surroundings. In simple language, the surroundings of a living thing, in which living thing exists, that is environment. Our Earth is a unique planet, cause of its favorable environment and sustains life form. Earth is the only planet where life exists due to its favorable climate and sustains life form. The factors that have resulted in making the earth a favorable one, a sustainable one. Why? Because of the optimum temperature on accounts of its favorable position in the solar system. As you know, Earth is the third planet from the solar system, so optimum temperature is there. Favorable position is there in the solar system. We are having oxygen, life supporting oxygen. Atmosphere envelope we are having that is protecting us from ultraviolet radiations, or I will say it gives us moisture. It contains all the gases that sustains the life. It protects us from the heat of the sun during the day, keep surface warm in the night by trapping heat. So this is the duties of atmosphere, or the functions performed by our atmosphere. Presence of water in various forms. There is a presence of water in various forms: glaciers, ocean, seas, icebergs. That is very essential for living beings. Land with various relief features and productivity. We are having land. Somewhere plateaus are there, somewhere plains are there, somewhere islands are there, somewhere desert area. That is the relief features. And some lands are very productive also. Like the northern plains, we are doing agriculture. All these factors have created an environment that favors growth. All these factors, it favors the growth, survival, and evolution of various species of plants and animals, including the life of the humans. So all the factors like temperature, favorable position in solar system, oxygen, atmosphere, water in various forms, land. So these factors have it favors the growth of the environment, survival, and evolution of the species of plants and animals, including the humans. It provides us the air we breathe in, the water we drink, the food we eat, and the environment or the home or the habitat we live in. From the discussion of Earth's unique environment, you must be now able to identify the components of the environment. What are the components of the environment? Geography is a part of social science, it is a discipline of social science. So it introduces us to interrelationship between the living organisms and the environment. So geography as a discipline of social science, it tells us about the interrelationship between living organisms and their environment. Now we are talking about components of environment. The environment have two components: physical, biological. Physical is non-living environment, that is termed as abiotic environment, non-living beings. It comprises of land, water, air. There are three domains of earth: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. That comes under your abiotic environment, means your physical environment. You must have studied about the lithosphere in the chapter major domains of the earth in our previous class. The narrow zone of interaction between land, water, and air means where the hydrosphere, lithosphere, and atmosphere interacting with each other, that is known as biosphere. That is known as biosphere. The living organism of this life bearing zone comprise. Now we are talking about biosphere. Biosphere is the sphere where life exists, life bearing zone. It comprises of your animals, plants, humans. They all make biological environment. So biological environment is of living beings. That is also known as your biotic environment. See, physical environment, abiotic environment, land, water, air, lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. Now, the biological environment, biosphere, where life exists, okay, the human beings, plants, animals, they make up biological environment, and biotic environment, it is also known as biotic environment. Now, natural environment, land, lithosphere. Litho means land. Water, hydrosphere. Hydro means water. Air, atmosphere. Atmos means air. So, along with the plants and animals, biosphere comprise from the natural environment. When lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, they interact in a zone, that is biosphere. So, lithosphere is the layer. It comprises of your crust, thin layer of soil, land. So that is your lithosphere. It provides us different landscapes of our settlement and economic activities. Like somewhere plateaus are there, plains are there, mountains are there. So that comes under your lithosphere. Next is your hydrosphere. Your ocean, seas, fresh water, river, groundwater. They are termed as hydrosphere. It provides us with water, which makes the Earth a unique planet. It is a unique planet with life forms in it due to the presence of water. Atmosphere. Atmosphere is the blanket of gases that surrounds the earth. It is the blanket of gases that surrounds the earth. It contains the gases that sustains life. It contains the gases that is having life in it, moisture, and they give us water also. It protects us from the fierce heat of the sun, means extreme heat of the sun. It is protecting us during the daytime, and in the night time it is trapping the heat into the earth atmosphere. Okay, it keeps the surface warm in the night by trapping the heat. Biosphere, all your plants, animals, human beings make our living world be known as biosphere. It is narrow zone of interaction where your land, water, air interact with each other to support life. All these three interact with each other to support life. Components: natural, man-made. Physical, biological means abiotic and biotic. Examples we have done: land, water, air, plant, animals, human beings. Man-made, residential house and buildings, infrastructure, roads, bridges, etc. Economic, industries and shops, and social cultural monuments, parks, educational schools, that is a man-made. The biotic environment depend on and determined by a biotic environment. So biotic environment and abiotic, they both are dependent and determined by each other. On the basis of origin, apart from natural environment, we can identify the human elements, means which are present in our surroundings, like houses, which are man-made, roads, industries. These all are man-made resources. It is artificial environment that human creates and to live a comfortable life. The road is built by humans, houses, industries to live a comfortable life. Artificial environment that is created by humans. What is an ecosystem? Very important topic. No living organism, plant, animal, or human, they can live in complete isolation. Isolation means alone. They cannot live alone. They all depend on physical surroundings for their survival. They all depend on physical surroundings. They interact with each other. The living organisms, plants, animals, human beings, they interact with each other. They also interdependent on each other. Like we are dependent on agriculture for our food. The intercourse relationship created by an ecosystem adapted to particular conditions. So these interrelationships that we are interdependent, interrelated to each other, it creates an ecosystem to particular conditions. We should depend upon our physical and climatic characteristics. Different parts of the world support different groups or communities of living beings. If I talk about a tiny pond is there, it can be converted into a vast forest of an ecosystem because it consists of living community, their environment, their interactions. So a tiny pond to a vast forest consists of an ecosystem, a living community, their environment and their interactions. See, this is ecosystem. Your solar radiation, disturbances, moisture, habitat, plant community, soil organism, minerals, nutrients all together make your ecosystem. Do you know what is ecology? All the living things have a complex relation with other organisms and with their environment. The study of the interaction between other organisms and with their environment that is known as ecology. It is the study of ecosystem that we know call ecology. Living things live together with their surroundings. Each living organism, they are having certain conditions for their growth, for their survival. They depend upon environment, their immediate home. Okay, that they call habitat also. So a community is a group of animals, plants and microorganisms that live together in the same area. That is your community. Now we are doing examples of ecosystem. I'm giving you one example. Moni lives in Assam, where she gets heavy rainfall in the monsoon season. There are dense, broad-leaved hardwood forests. Means in the monsoon season, there is a rainfall in Assam. Moni lives there. A dense forest area is there. Locality is living with very long trees, or I should say, tall trees are there. Some are undergrowth also. Some areas, bushes are there, tall grasses are there, many birds, insects, animals are found here. The monkeys, birds, they live on trees. The rhinoceros, elephants, they live in the swamps. So Moni is very excited. When the rain will come, it will make lushy green and prosperity in the region. Okay, so I have talked about the forest area over here, the natural, the terrestrial area over here. Dulu, he lives in Ladakh. Their mountains are there, and that is very cold area. There are the mountains, and it is a very cold area. Rainfall is very less in those areas. Hills, there is not lot of vegetation in the hilly areas, like the grasslands are there. There not a large vegetation is not found in such areas. Donkey, Tibetan donkey, mountain cows, means they go for grazing in alpine grassland. Sometime lemur, yaks, ibex, these are the animals found here. If I talk about Ladakh is also known as cold desert of the Nubra Valley. Their Bactrian camels are being reared by the nomadic tribes, those who are living there. The name is Bactrian camels. They are being reared by the nomadic tribes who are living in the alpine grassland. So the vegetation, the wildlife, the lifestyle of the people, it vary from place to place. All these different area, it comprise of different ecosystem. Each village pond a person pass on his way to school had separate ecosystem. The aquatic plants like water, hyacinth, water lily, lotus, they grow in it. Is hyacinth, water lily, and lotus, they grow in it. Fish, frogs, aquatic birds, and the microorganisms, they live in water. So they make the natural ecosystem. Okay, but sometimes aquarium is there. So aquarium is a natural ecosystem. No, aquarium is not, because it is made up by the man. How large is an ecosystem? You know, like Earth, this much giant is our ecosystem. It vary from area of 100 of square kilometer to a tiny pond or a single plant. It changes from area of 100 square kilometer to tiny ponds or single plant. Even a very small area may support a unique collection of living things. Interaction within the biotic environment. You know, the two major components of biotic are the producers and the consumers. In a biosphere, plants are producers because they make their own food directly by the environment. With the help of environment, from the environment, they are capable of making their own food. So plants are producers. So plants are also called autotrophs. The main source of energy within the biosphere is the sun. Sun is the main source of energy. So the green plants are the producer who are making their own food directly from the environment. They are termed as autotrophs. And now I am talking about here green plants, which is being utilizing the sun's energy to produce their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process with the help of sunlight. Green plants, they utilize the sunlight energy to make their own food through light energy. So, who are the consumers? Consumers are the organisms that cannot produce their own food directly from the environment. They depend upon other plants and organisms for their food, for the supply of energy in the form of food. They are heterotrophs. Autotrophs, who are making their own food directly from the environment. Heterotrophs, they depend upon other plants and organisms. They supply the energy in form of food to them. They cannot make their own food. So what they include? They include herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, decomposers. Herbivorous means the plant eaters who are eating plants. Cow, goat, deer. Carnivorous, meat eaters, lion, tiger, leopard. Omnivorous, both they are eating, plant also, animal also. Bear, baboon, badgers. The decomposers or detritus feeders that scavenge on dead animals and plants. Means they eat dead animals and plants. Vultures, hyenas, and microbes. So see, sun energy. Plant is a producer. Nutrients are absorbed by the roots and that help us plant to grow. Rabbit eats the grass. He is a herbivorous because he only eats the grass, plant eater. Then fox eats the rabbit. It is a secondary consumer. Okay, it is the secondary consumer. Then your tiger, he eats fox. Then he is the tertiary consumer. When tiger dies, the microorganisms feed upon his dead body and decompose it. Due to the decomposition of his dead body, materials entered into the means into the form of nutrients into the soil dissolved in water. So these dead bodies decomposed and they enter as a nutrient in the soil which is dissolved in the water. Dynamic environment. Environment keeps on changing constantly. Seasonal and long-term climatic change, it also changes the environment. Physical change like continents are drifting, slow or sudden changes in the environment. All these factors have caused extinction of few species of plants and animals. Due to change in the physical features of the earth, there is a extinction of some species of plants and animals from the earth. New species are also being adapted by the changed environment, but some have been extinct. They don't exist now. The evolution of man is also a result of environmental change. Environment only changed, and the man becomes means the early man came into being. The physical and biological components in the environment are said to be dynamic in nature. Means it keeps on changing. Human beings also alter their environment, they also change their environment. They adversely affect, badly affect it to satisfy their wants. To satisfy their wants. Human beings and environment. Houses, buildings, shops, roads, bridges, hospitals, industries, schools, dams, man made. So, man has created a cultural environment of his own. What a man is doing, man has made his cultural environment of his own that gives him a better life, a comfortable life. He modifies the natural environment to fulfill his needs. Today, sun touched by human activities. Few places sun touched by human activities. Here they are saying that in the process, the natural environment is being modified to fulfill the man needs. Today, very few places are. This is not sun touched. This is untouched. Few places are untouched by human activities. Everywhere human is doing activity. Very less places are there that is untouched by human activities. Early man adapted himself to his natural surroundings and he is living in harmony, means he is living with peace with the nature. But his progress of time, his wants went on increasing, his demands went on increasing. Man now is a threat to environment, danger to the environment. He is overusing the natural resources for his greed. He is over exploiting the nature for his greed. Because of the science and technology progress, with the sophisticated tools, means the complex tools to exploit and tap the nature. With the process of science and technology have equipped the man with the complex tools that he can exploit the environment. He changed, altered the ecosystem, often realizing the consequences of his actions. Man is indiscriminately using the natural resources without thinking about the future generation, without thinking about the actions, without thinking about the results. So he's keep changing the ecosystem. He's not realizing what will be the result of his action. He's cutting down the trees. What will be the result? He has clearly cleared the forest area to acquire the land for agriculture, for industries, for industrial purpose. He has wiped out many plants and animal species by disrupting their habitats. By disrupting their habitats, he has wiped out many plants and animal species also. Now, population is increasing day by day. So, there is more pressure on natural resources. Okay, modern man is only polluting the environment, he is destroying the natural environment. When the industrial revolution came, the exploitation took place. Gradually, every part of Earth, includes the global climate, was affected because Earth temperature was increasing day by day. Global warming was there. Then a section of mankind realized that for survival on Earth, we have to take care of the environment. If you want to survive on the planet Earth, you have to take care of the environment. So, as a result, the environmental revolution came up. We should properly plan the steps to control the pollution. We should not destroy the environment. It should be wise to remember that we need Earth much more than Earth need us. Okay? We need Earth rather than Earth need us. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.